Hey, how are you today? Welcome to the next segment of the Next Evolution Athletics Online Thursday Thoughts. Today I'm going to talk about a recurring theme that seems to be coming up a lot on the Thursday Thoughts. And that theme is perception. Before I dive too deep into what I'm going to talk about, first let's all get on the same page and define perception. Okay? So, the first definition of perception: the ability to see, hear, or become aware of something through the senses. Second definition: the state of being or process of becoming aware of something through the senses. And the third definition, and the one I'm going to focus on the most today: a way of regarding, understanding, or interpreting something, a mental impression. Now, while those definitions are all very accurate and very important to understand, the third one is the one I'm going to focus mostly on today. And reason being is because that's the one I feel that most people get stuck on. So, what do I mean by that? When you generally have a perception of something, you generally have a first impression. And that first impression of the situation may or may not be right or wrong. Okay? It may or may not change. It's just your willingness to gather more information about that particular environment, situation, or person that will allow you to adjust your perception of the individual or the scenario or the environment. Okay? A great example of this is the current pandemic, or COVID-19. When this initially happened, everyone was in the same boat. This is a terrible, terrible thing. This is a nightmare. Everything is going crazy. All the perceptions were negative. The longer we're going into this, I'm not saying it's better, but I'm saying a lot of perceptions are changing. Okay? You're going to start to find a little bit of the positive stuff start to pop up. So things like spending more time with family. People didn't think about that originally. Learning new skills. People didn't think about that. Having the ability to do things you don't normally have the time for, or grow your business in different ways. Okay? These are all positive things from the initial negative experience because of the situation, and the information has changed because we've gathered more. Okay? So another example would be, in my case, nutrition and training. When I initially started studying nutrition, my perception was carbs are bad. Then all of a sudden, fat is bad. Then all of a sudden, blah, blah, blah. And as I gather more information, and as I continue to learn and grow, my perception as well as my education on the subject changed. Same as training. When I originally started training, I trained this way. Then I gathered more information, and my perception of training changed again. And as it continues to grow, as I continue to learn more and gather more information. So if we understand our perception is not necessarily right or wrong initially, we can also say that our perception will change as we gather more information and as we gain more experience in different situations. So wouldn't it be fair to say that when you have an initial assessment of someone, right or wrong, that assessment can change as you gather more information? Everybody knows someone that they've met for the first time, and they had a positive or negative experience with that someone. Now, while their perception and the understanding of that situation may not have changed as they gather more information, maybe it did. But if we never allow ourselves to learn more and experience more and grow more, then we never actually change our perception on anything, which really limits us long term. Because if we're always having the same viewpoint and we're never actually trying to improve and grow, then we're never actually going to improve and grow. We're always going to stay the same. And that is super important when you're trying to change your mindset, change your behaviors, change your habits, change your lifestyle. Because we may have friends that we grew up with, and as we grow and change and gain more experiences, maybe they're not the best friends for us for what we're trying to accomplish. Maybe they are. It's all about continuously growing and learning. That way you can give yourself the best possible ability to learn about the situation and then maybe change your perception of the situation. As I get older, my perception on cardiovascular conditioning for the older adult and general health is changing massively. I'm continuously trying to find new ways to push myself. I don't like conditioning. I'll be the first person to say it. I don't like running. I don't like conditioning. However, I do like kickboxing, martial arts, and boxing. I do like mixed martial arts. That's a great way for me to get my conditioning in. But if I never admit that cardiovascular health is important, I'm only selling myself and my clientele short. You never have the ability. You never stop growing. You always have the ability to grow and learn. And as you do that, you will change your perception on different things. Think about that. Guys, that's what I have for today. I hope that helps. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. If you have any more questions or comments, please feel free to shoot me DMs or messages. I really love to answer the questions. Other than that, have a great day. Keep getting your strong on.